Kestrels. So, this video is going to be about English today, which I know is getting a bit different, but I'm really hoping that hopefully yesterday you managed to research all of the things about what recycling is and also why it's important. So today we're going to do our boxing up, which you've done before, you're familiar with it, and what we're going to do with that is hopefully box it up into 5 paragraphs so that the ideas that you've got will then help you with a bit more of a structure to put in your writing tomorrow when you actually come to do your persuasive text. So I know this is tricky because at the beginning of December we started our persuasive unit. And when we did this, we had our model text about why children should have a dog. We acted it through, we did lots of actions, and we were learning the text so that we were familiar with what it was. And when we did that, we were also identifying maybe what those features are so that in our writing we could use them. So we said that a persuasive text must have a title. So if we're thinking about what recycling is and why it's important, we want to persuade people to recycle. So I thought that our title could be why we should recycle. Okay, and as that's a question, we're going to need a question mark on our title. So I thought, start there, we need a title. And then we will need to split our writing into 5 paragraphs. We will have an opening, we will have a point 1 or reason 1, a point 2, a point 3, and then a final statement linking all of our ideas back together again. But through all of that, we're also going to need to take note of our always toolkit. What we must always use in all of our writing. So we must always use paragraphs, and we know that we're going to need 5 when it comes to writing. We must always, in all of our writing, have capital letters and full stops. We might then also expand our punctuation to an exclamation mark or a question mark. We are going to need some nouns, adjectives, verbs and adverbs in our writing. And we don't want the boring ones. Try and be creative with your word choices. We want to link our ideas together, so we're going to need some conjunctions. Again, those ambitious words. Maybe if you can, use a thesaurus or ask somebody else at home for a better word if you can't think of one. And a range of sentence openers. We've discussed how boring our writing is when every sentence starts in the same way. So be adventurous with your writing. So we've got that, but then using your ideas about why we should recycle. So in our first paragraph, in our opening, we want to talk about a bit about what recycling is and touch on why it's important. Well, obviously it's good for the planet in lots of different ways, so that's the ideas I'd be putting into my opening. I don't want to go into too much detail though. In point 1, but paragraph 2, I would like to be talking about maybe my first point of actually most of the population currently don't recycle. We want to make them feel a little bit guilty with this. We want to be telling them actually it says that just under 50%, so 43.9% actually don't really recycle things, which is awful really, and that's the things that could be recycled. So we're not making the most. If we think if we've just had Christmas, all of the packaging from all of our presents, did we recycle them or did we just throw it into our normal rubbish? So are we part of the problem as well? So actually, we want to make people think, I could have treated that better and I could have helped the environment. So then, point number 2, paragraph 3, I might be talking about glass being recycled in the UK and how it's actually useful and can turn into energy. Because it's actually, if you recycle glass, it's actually enough in the UK, what we recycle as a country, is able to power 10 space shuttle missions, which is incredible. And then I might move on to point number 3, paragraph 4, which would be talking about actually in less than 2 hours the UK produces enough waste, okay, to fill the Albert Hall. That is an incredible amount of waste, and that's only 2 hours. So imagine in 24 hours how much waste as we are producing in the UK alone, let alone the world. So the importance actually to recycle is really important. So I might expand on that point in there. And then when it comes to my final statement, my final paragraph as well, my 5th paragraph, I might be just linking back to those 3 ideas. But I want to be persuasive throughout it. So the things that we said we might need are rhetorical questions, asking the reader but not expecting that response. So when we think back to our why should everyone own a dog, okay, we said about a rhetorical question could be, what could be better? Okay, alliteration, using the same letter or sound. We had happy and healthy. We said about using rhyme, and we had slouching on the couch. So being a bit smart with our word choices. Again, we said about the paragraphs, and we know we need 5 paragraphs. We said short sentences that are snappy. That is priceless, we said, because having a dog, what could be better than that? Sentences of 3. We said about filling the food and water bowls, taking the dog for a walk, and then giving it a bath. It's power of 3. Point 1, point 2, point 3 separated by a comma. And then a range of sentence openers. Firstly, secondly, finally, in addition. Okay, interestingly, we can be really creative. We don't just want the same throughout. I've seen you do it. You wrote your amazing sort of innovate ones where you were telling me about why we should or should not wear school uniform, and you were coming up with incredible ideas and being really persuasive. So you've done it once, and we're just asking if you could do it again. And this is going to be your hot task. That's why I'm not particularly helping you much today, because we're going to come to the end of our persuasive unit this week. So today you're only planning it, so just make bullet points, okay? You don't need much more than that. So if it was point 1, you might just put, most people don't recycle. Okay, point number 2, you might want to say, actually, it could be that if we recycle, recycled materials can turn into energy, and that's why we should. And then point 3, we said actually the amount that's produced in such a short space of time is enough to do this. So it might be just the sheer amount of waste is too high, and what are we going to do with it eventually? So actually we need to think of something now before our country becomes overloaded with rubbish. So there you go, and you can just bullet point, obviously you'll need a little bit more in yours, and you can just have, you can add to it, you can also have up the website that we gave you the link to yesterday. We're not expecting you to remember all those facts, but put some in there, facts and figures. Just make sure it comes with your writing as well, so that it's really exciting. And don't forget to send me your writing and your plans, sorry, not your actual writing, that's tomorrow, but send me your plans at the end of today so that I can have a little look at them, and I'll be able to give you some marking and some feedback, and then hopefully you can use that in your writing the following day. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure you'll do an excellent job, and I can't wait to read it. Good luck, and I'll do you another video tomorrow. Thanks, bye!